Welcome back to Out of My Head on YouTube, where I'm not making a funny joke this time because I already did it, but it didn't get recorded. This is Bill.
I'm Bill.
So we've got the generational spread here. I've been calling Collin a millennial. Apparently he's whatever comes after the millennials.
No, I was born in 98. Millennial means millennium, which means the cutoff's 2000.
Yeah, but you're supposed to be sort of grown around the time of the millennium. Like late
How
teens,
did you
early
know? I
20s?
did my best growing in the 90s.
Okay.
And yeah, you were very little in the beginning, and
Yeah, I went from being microscopic to being...
yeah, so that should count for something.
Bill's a boomer.
Yeah.
Everybody likes to dogpile on the boomers.
Oh yeah, well, we've been around a long time. We've been able to take a lot,
Yeah, and kind of pandered to for most of your existence.
and we've done a lot of stupid things.
Yeah, like that war and that other war, and then the crying because wars suck, and then that other war.
Yeah,
And I'm a Gen Xer. 1968.
no, excellent.
Yeah.
I remember that year.
I don't. So we were going to talk about Collin's first experience eating sushi. Set the scene for us.
Set the scene. I was hanging out with my buddy. We went to Lake George, New York, which is a good hour away, hour and a half away. It was a long drive. And while we were there, we went past a place called Sushi Yoshi.
Okay?
And I was like, I don't want to try sushi because I've never had it before. So we went there, and then I got a $35 sushi sashimi thing
All
that
right.
me and him split.
Ooh.
And I ate it, and it was very gross.
Did you realize that at the time when you first started? Yet you continued to eat.
I didn't eat much of it. There was a lot of different sashimi and sushis to try, so I was like, yeah, let's try them all. So I started off with it was a piece of salmon on a little bowl of rice and dip it in the soy sauce, meat first, 'cause that's how you dunk sashimi, by the way. And then and it was gross. Because it's like the outside of the fish is firm, but then the inside's kind of slimy. It was really weird. And then there's some other stuff. The tuna was okay. And then I also tried a California roll, and that was pretty not good either.
What's that about? What's in
That's a
that?
veggie, isn't it? Veggie roll?
And the California roll, I think, is crab and avocado.
Oh,
Oh,
okay. So you're not going back for seconds?
If I was starving to death, I'd eat it. That's about it.
Okay.
well, the thing about that is you can make your own, at home. You live near the river.
I live right on the river.
Yeah. So you don't even have to go anywhere if you're starving.
It's good. You see, it's the river. I have to walk for like 5 minutes. If I'm hungry, there's squirrels and chipmunks at my bird feeder.
There you go.
It's true too.
So there you go. That's all you need to do. BB gun.
Come on, let me use my 12 gauge.
All right, we're going to push on.
Yeah.
Pushing on to the next topic.
Yeah.
What was the next topic?
AI.
Okay, AI, yeah. Artificial intelligence.
Yes. I'm in favor of any kind of intelligence.
Really?
Yes.
What if the only purpose of this intelligence is to surveil you and predict and then later control your decisions?
I'm not in favor of that kind. That's not
No?
intelligence. That's something else entirely.
Well, every time I do anything involving the topic of artificial intelligence, somebody will chime in to say that what we call artificial intelligence isn't really intelligence. I'm like, okay, point taken, but
What the
still,
artificial part means that.
yeah. I mean, what supposedly artificial intelligence systems do is not what our brains do, but in the larger sense, they solve problems. They accomplish complex goals. Things that simple mechanical systems cannot do. So,
Learning.
yeah.
So the surveillance and the camera and all that business isn't so much intelligence in the way of smart. It's intelligence in the way of like the intelligence community, where
Well,
they're gathering everything they know about us.
Yeah, the camera is a sensor of a sort. I mean, there's all kinds of sensors that are generating data. The artificial intelligence comes in, setting an algorithm loose on a huge pool of data and, correlating things within that pool of data that a human mind could never do because we can't keep that many things in mind at
Yeah.
once.
So basically, it's the reason my smartphone tells me it's going to take you 10 minutes to get from home to work, even though I never told it where I live or where I work.
Yeah.
But I have
Where you've
just
been.
I've just finished listening to the audiobook, actually for the second time through, of a book called The Big Nine, which is about the big 9 companies that are doing all of the artificial intelligence development, or most of it anyway. And they are the G Mafia in the U.S., so that's Google, Microsoft, Amazon, Facebook, IBM, and Apple. And in China, it's the BAT, which is Baidu, Alibaba, and Tencent. And the US government has sort of thrown up its hands and says, you know what, G-Mafia, you just do what you do, make money, whatever, we don't care. And in China, the Xi Jinping and his inner circle at the top of the Communist Chinese Party have said, okay, we have a very definite vision for AI development. We are going to direct the big three companies. We're going to tell them, how to coordinate their efforts and, what milestones they're working toward. And the goal for the Chinese Communist Party in terms of, what they want to accomplish with AI is behavioral control, social control, basically preventing anything that is going to threaten the supremacy of the CCP. And my concern, and the concern of the various authors that I've been reading, is that these techniques for social control using AI developed in China aren't going to stay in China.
Oh, no. They'll be imported here as soon as they can,
As
as soon as they see
somebody-
how it works out.
As soon as somebody can make a buck off it.
Yep.
And the author of the most recent book that I read, she says, really what we have to do is stop expecting the G-Mafia companies to come up with some new killer AI app every quarter. Every time there's a trade show, every time there's some quarterly report that's about to, or some projection of quarterly earnings, we can't be expecting these companies to come up with something new all the time, because if we do, then they're going to push things out that are half-baked and they haven't really examined the potential downstream consequences very well. So we need to,
So like if we
ease
got
off.
version 8 of something yesterday, we don't need version 9 today.
Version 9 is probably a good thing if it's an iteration of an existing product, but the expectation from investors and people who buy the products right now is we want something new. We want some glamorous, flashy, new, unexpected, novel application for AI every quarter from every company. And that's just a recipe for disaster.
Yeah. Now, going back to China, did you see where they have, they're instituting a system of social points to it, like how you
Social credit score.
Yeah, social credit score. And there was a woman that was actually denied a plane ticket. She couldn't buy a ticket because
More than one.
Yeah, because they hadn't done certain things that the government thinks is right. Social posting, maybe being on the internet enough, things like that. Maybe hadn't watched TV enough.
The Chinese government is completely upfront and honest about their intentions and their expectations. It is social control, and they explicitly say, we want people with high credit scores, high social credit scores, what do they call it? Harmony scores, I think?
Yes.
To be able to move freely, and we want people with low scores to not be able to take a step. So you can't buy a bus ticket, you can't buy a plane ticket, there's certain consumer goods you can't buy. I mean, if you don't have a high enough score, you're basically painted into a little box.
Yeah,
You can't move.
It's back to being a serf.
So if that were implemented into the United States, do you reckon they could stop you from going someplace you wanted to go
Oh, sure.
without killing you?
They would try, maybe.
Okay. But in the end, would you be dead or would you be oppressed?
Dead.
Okay. Cold dead hands.
Okay.
Yes.
I think we're coming around to the inevitable topic of Collin's libertarian ideology.
You can't even call it libertarian. It's just emo black pill.
Just emo black pill, okay. But you definitely got some libertarian buzzwords going.
Of course.
And you've got some libertarian sensitivities like Medicare for all, or you asked me earlier if I was progressive. I said I wasn't sure. You said,
I'd have to beat you up in the parking lot.
yeah.
No progress. Stay out of things, government.
That's not passive aggressive, that's like aggressive aggressive.
So
Of course.
the
Yeah.
fact that the U.S. government is taking a hands-off approach to the development of AI and just leaving it to private enterprise is a good thing from your perspective.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, I'm just saying, no matter how bad these companies are, you get the government involved, it's gonna be worse.
Yeah?
It's gonna be worse.
Yeah.
It always is.
Less government is best. And at this point, it's completely out of control as far as any kind of privacy about what they're up to.
See, I've accepted the fact I don't have privacy. It's just if they start trying to use that as an excuse to stop me from doing something, I'm gonna die defending my rights.
And look at the stuff they get away with doing, though. It's not just in this country, but in the world. Starting wars, overthrowing people, arming one part of a government against the other. And we've been doing that pretty much since the British Empire stopped doing it.
Yeah.
You know, we just kind of stepped in because there was a place to go.
It's the British breakaway government that's in the CIA. References.
Yeah.
Did we have another topic? Sushi, artificial intelligence. I thought there was one other.
Alita Battle Angel.
Alita Battle Angel has barely made enough money to cover its production costs and its advertising, and that's globally, which is a
Well,
shame.
if it's still in the theaters this weekend, I might go see it again. It was pretty good.
It was. I'd see it a second time.
It's criminal that Captain Marvel's making money. I haven't seen Captain Marvel, but it's criminal that Alita Battle Angel is not like up there. I'm not gonna say if it's critically good or not. I'm gonna say my enjoyment level for it was up among the highest.
Do you know what we're talking about?
No.
Okay, new topic. We can't explain that one.
Okay, here's one. It kind of ties in with the Captain Marvel thing. A lot of these, the new movies come out, and the comics, Marvel and whatever the other one is. DC. They come up with these people that are superheroes, and they have been for a long time. Is that it?
How long was that?
It's 10 minutes.
They've been superheroes like of a certain type, and now all of a sudden, like, this is an example. Like, say, Batman is a gay black woman now.
Really?
Now, I mean, there's that sort of stuff what's going on. The Hulk wasn't the right shade of green. He wasn't green enough for some people.
Mm-hmm.
There's all of this politically correct stuff. Whereas, if a character has been this all along, why not just make a new character that fits what you want instead of changing them?
Because you need to rub the noses of the previous fans of the product in the fact that, you know, the thing that they used to like is no longer acceptable.
That's right.
Yeah.
But how do you make money doing that?
Apparently you don't, because as far as I understand it, Marvel Comics, the actual comics are not selling very well.
Oh,
these
well,
days.
well, that's good
That's what
then.
I've heard too.
It's the market works then.
Get woke, go broke is the slogan.
I just had to unfollow the Sci-Fi Channel on Facebook because that's all they post.
Yeah,
It's SJW crap, so I just unfollowed them.
that'll show them.
I
Yeah.
think that's about it, yeah?
Okay.
All right. So, this has been Out of My Head on YouTube. Please leave me comments so I have something to read. The last couple of videos have been
Yeah.
lame, so leave me comments. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm right. Tell me how awesome and sexy I am. Thank you, Bill, for being here. KMO, thank you for having me once again.
Don't
See
cause
you next
nothing.
time.
And thank you.